I teach yoga at the Brushy Creek Community Center, and since we're all home, and I miss you all so much, I thought I'd do some videos for you to do at home. So this is a gentle yoga class. Gentle yoga, basically it means we're not going to be doing a lot of up and downs and things. We're going to start on the floor on our yoga mats and then move to some standing postures, work on the balance a little bit, and then make our way back down to the floor for a few more things. If you have a yoga block, great, grab it. If you don't, you can run and grab a book out of your office. I found this interesting number, but it's the right size, big and sturdy, and that's what you want. Also, if you have a yoga strap, great, grab it. Again, if not, there's a belt you can use, or I find bathrobe ties work great. Also, a towel will do as well. So grab it, have it nearby, find yourself a comfortable space, and get ready and we'll get started. Thanks so much. Namaste. Enjoy. So we're going to get started seating on the floor on your mat. Any position that works for you is great. So crisscross, or you can have your legs extended out in some way that works. Anything that feels good. You can sit on a pillow. Just going to allow your spine to be long. Feel a gentle lift in through the heart. And begin to arrive here on your mat. Begin to breathe more deeply and more fully. If it feels good, you can put on some relaxing music that you like to listen to. You just want to feel comfortable, feel strong, feel supported in underneath you, and then lift it up through the crown of the head. Slow the breath down, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. If allergies make that not work for you, that's okay too. Long, slow, deep breaths. As you breathe in, feel the lungs expand, the rib cage expand, the belly expand, and as you exhale, feel everything soften in as the belly button pulls in to press the air up and out. We're going to take 3 breaths together to start our class. Cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. A good strong exhale like H-A, ha. So find your exhale and then breathe in. Exhale through the mouth. Get out all that air. Breathe in through the nose and let it go. One more big breath in. Feel up, 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 up. And let it go. Good, staying lifted in through the crown. And then drop your chin down and let the shoulders relax down. We're just going to get started in on the back of the neck here. So much tension here. And then take your chin and start working it side to side. We're just swinging it gently like a pendulum, moving slowly here. There's no need to move fast. Just working your chin from one shoulder to the next. Good. And then release the crown of the head back up. We're going to look over to the right. So take the nose all the way to the right at the horizon level. Just working on our mobility here. Feel it opening up in through the left side of the neck. And then draw your nose across the horizon and look over to the left. Relaxing the shoulders down. Just taking that nose as far over as you comfortably can. And breathing. And then take the face back forward. I'm going to tilt. Take the right ear toward the right shoulder. But your shoulders are softening down. Ear's not actually going to get there. Feeling an opening in through this part of your neck and the top of the shoulder. This is a tight area for me. Maybe for you, maybe not. And if it feels good, keep the tilt as you take the chin down toward the collarbone. Just getting into a different part of the neck. Take a breath in and let it go. And then the chin comes up, the head comes up, and then work it on over to the other side. Left ear towards your left shoulder. This one's even tighter for me. Oh. Maybe one side feels different to you than the other. Maybe not. Just let the shoulders relax down. Let everything be a little heavy. And then take the chin, if you did it on one side, down toward the collarbone. Just feel the stretch in the opening in. Continuing to sit up tall, feeling that lift in through the heart. And then bring the chin back up, head back up. Oh, and then just roll the shoulders a little bit. If it feels good, you can just do a couple little neck circles. Just gently in one direction and the other. Just loosening things up. Take the arms out to the side, palms up. And really rotate those palms all the way up. Take those thumbs back and maybe even a little down. So we're opening up in. Then fingertips spread wide. Open up in through the chest. Lift the heart. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. And then take the thumbs up, forward, down, back. Maybe up a little bit again. So we're this is internally rotating. It's not paying attention. Watch. And then flip it back open again. External rotation. And then internal rotation. One more. External. Opening it up nice and wide. And then internal. Good. Relax the arms down. Roll the shoulders. Just forward, up, back, down. And then the other direction. We're just getting loose here. So sitting up nice and tall, we're going to take the shoulders from one side to the other. Just, again, loosening things up. If you've been home a lot, sometimes we can get stiff. Oh, that feels good. Now, we're going to come forward into a tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists. Shoulders over your wrists, hips are over your knees, shins are parallel, fingertips spread wide, drop your belly, arch your back, lift your heart. Take a big breath in. Then as you exhale, press down with the hands, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, arch the back, lift the tail, lift the heart. And then exhale, round the spine, pull the belly in. Really press the hands down here. Inhale, drop the belly. Heart reaches forward, collarbone goes wide. As you exhale, press the hands down, pull the navel in, rounding. Keep it going, moving with your breath. So it's a good time to mention, work with your own pace, go at your own speed. If it feels good, great, do it. If it doesn't feel good, ease off, modify. Just a couple more, opening up, warming up in through the back. If you're doing this in the morning, you might feel a little more stiff. If it's nighttime, it might not be so bad. You can get a little bit more mobility. Good. We're going to warm up the core a little bit. So we're going to take the right leg and extend it back towards the back of the room. Flex the foot and point the toes down. Lift the heart forward. All right, so feel comfortable here. If you want to add a little bit more, you can take your left hand, the opposite hand, reach it forward like you're going to shake somebody's hand. Lift, breathe in, pull your belly in, and give support into the low back. It's easy to kind of dunk into the low back and arch, but really use your core to lift it up, pressing down with that right hand, and then bring the hand down and the knee down. Other side, left leg shoots back, flex the foot, point the toes down, lift up, and really use your left hand to press down, pull the belly in, create a strong sense in here, and then right arm reaches forward. If this is tricky, you can have your fingertips down on the floor if that works better for you, or you can keep them down here. Good. Breathing in, wobbling's totally fine. And then bring the hand down and the knee down. Couple rounds of cat-cow. Drop the belly for cow as you breathe in, and then round the spine for cat as you breathe out. One more like that. Now, from this position, we're going to take the left leg out to the side. Toes can point forward if you like and come to stand up on your knees. Or you can have your toes point up. See which feels better here? Either might work well, right? So from here, lift up in, take the right arm up high to the sky, Like you can reach up and touch something on a shelf and then lean on over towards the side. 2 breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then you're going to lift your right arm up and then try to head all the way over to the floor or to a block if you like. Take the left arm up towards the sky. And then if it feels good, take it on over to the right. Take your left ribs and reach them up. Finding a little arc in here if you can. If it feels good to look up, look up. If it feels better to look down, that's okay too. Take another big breath in and a big breath out. And then take that left arm down towards the floor. Walk your hands forward so you're in a sort of modified tabletop. So your left hand is down and your right hand is a couple feet in front of your right knee. Crown of the head is reaching forward, and then lift that left arm up towards the sky. Option to stay just like this, or if you want, you can flip the palm behind you, bend your elbow, and let the hand rest on the low back as you really take that left shoulder up towards the sky. Take 2 breaths here. Breathe in, find the twist. Breathe out. 1 more, engage this leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good, and then unwind. Hand comes back down, knee comes back in. We're going to take a second here and work on the wrist, especially this right wrist. Put the palm up, and so place the hand down, palm up, fingertips towards the knees. Just a gentle pressure on it. You can go side to side. Sometimes we do a lot of stuff on our hands and knees, sometimes, and it can be a little bit rough on the wrists. And then switch over to the other side. You can always at any time also come up to your fists. I have one wrist that doesn't enjoy hands and knees quite as much. You can always come up onto your fists if that feels better for you. Okay, we're going to do the other side. So we're going to take that right leg out to the side and then come on up to stand on the left knee. So this leg is nice and strong and working hard. Lift up in. Left arm reaches up again like you're going to reach something high on a shelf and then tilt down over to the side. So we're feeling a stretch in along the side body. Right? Just let this hand slide down the leg. Again, looking up if that feels good or neutral. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more lift and out. And then as you inhale, take the arm all the way up and then travel all the way over to the side. Keeping that right arm up towards the sky, you can stay just like this and feel a stretch, and then begin to take the arm over to the side. You can have a block or a book underneath this left hand if that works better for you. Gives you a little bit more height. The block's purpose is to bring the floor closer to you. In some places it gives you a little bit more space. On your next exhale, take that right hand down towards the floor, walk it forward so you're in your modified tabletop with your left hand a couple feet in front of your left knee. Crown is forward so your back is straight. Then we're going to take that right arm up towards the sky. So one arm is up above the other. One shoulder is stacked, hopefully above the other. Maybe gaze up. If you're feeling wobbly, look down. If you did it on one side, give it a go on this side. Flip the palm, bend the elbow, let the hand rest on the low back, and then focus on taking that shoulder up. Breathe in. Breathe it out. 1 more. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good, and then release the hands down, and then bring the knee back into tabletop. Again, now we're going to take one hand to a little wrist circle. That's what I'm trying to say. And then the other hand, wrist circle. Now, if your knees start to bother you ever on your hands and knees like this, both directions, you can place a towel or something underneath you while we're here. But we're moving on now. So tuck your toes, lift your hips, and just find yourself in this sort of downward facing dog. We're not going to be here for very long. We're just going to start to open up in through the backs of the legs. So you're in this sort of upside down V, and your hips are reaching up and back. It's okay if your knees are bent. That's totally fine. Your torso's headed towards your thighs, gazing at the legs, and reaching those heels down. You might not look like I do. That's okay. We're just going to walk our feet forward towards the front of the mat. Baby, baby, baby steps. Now, when you get there, you can bend your knees as much as you like. And just rest out here. Find some release in the low back. You can bend your knees so much that your torso is even resting on your thighs. Shake your head yes and no. If it feels good, you can straighten your legs up, even if that brings you up a little higher. Stretching out in through the backs of the legs. See how that changes things. Then we're going to find a half lift. Straight legs, straight spine. Support yourself with your hands on your thighs or your shins, whatever works. Belly is in, heart is lifted, shoulders back, crown is forward. Big breath in, and exhale, fold. It's okay if you bend your knees here, it's all right. Inhale, press into the feet, lift it all the way up. Press your palms together and look up. Exhale into mountain pose, Tadasana. Now take a second here. Feet are either together or hip width distance. Legs are engaged and strong, shoulders back, belly is in, like you're zipping up a pair of pants. Heart is lifted, shoulders back. Hands can be down by your side or at the heart center. You want to feel rooted in. Take a second and imagine the four wheels of a car. The base of the big toe and the base of the pinky toe are your front two wheels. And then the back two corners of the heels are your back two wheels. Lean forward a little, then back. See if you can find exact center. Engage the thighs, engage the core and the belly, pulling in the navel toward the spine, and breathe. If you practice with an intention, you can bring it into your mind now. Maybe something that you're wanting to channel your energy toward, peace, serenity, if there's anything you're trying to let go of, maybe releasing anxiety and fear, whatever works. Ask yourself what you need to feel free and to feel good. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Inhale, arms are going to reach all the way up. This is Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. Exhale, fold forward. You can swan dive or come right through the center. This is Uttanasana, forward fold. We're going to stay here for a second. So again, like kind of sway side to side. It's okay if the knees are bent, just opening up in through the backs of the legs. Then we're going to come up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana, half lift, half fold, and then fold again. Uttanasana. Root down to rise all the way up. Arms reach up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. 1 more at your own pace. Follow your own breath. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. And then we'll all meet in mountain pose, Tadasana. Press the right hand into the left, left into the right, sternum to thumbs, thumbs to sternum. Engage those legs. Good. We're going to bend our knees deep and sit back and find a chair pose. So we're going to shift our hips back, weight shifts to the heels, and then we're going to lift up, maybe your toes are even lifted a little bit. So if you have knees that are unfriendly, you can just do it very gently. Right? You want to be able to see your toes. Hands can come to heart center. Just go where you want to be. Go where it feels good. Pull the belly and lift up into the heart. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, fold forward, and then start to straighten through the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Press the palms, look up. Exhale, back into center. Good. Now we're going to step. We're going to keep the right foot forward. We're going to step the left foot back. We're going to find a warrior 1 position. So your front toes are pointed straight forward, and the front knee is bent over that front ankle. And the back foot is at about a 45 to 90 degree angle. Anything that works there is good. Arms are going to reach up, and you're taking your torso towards the front of your mat, right? Or pointing it towards the front of the room. So taking that left armpit forward. Lift up in through the heart. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Lift up and out. So we're going to move a little with our breath every single posture that we do today. So we're going to start here, lifting up as we breathe in, and then as we exhale, we're going to reach our arms forward, and then the arms are going to continue while our body stays at a 45-degree angle as they come back. Then on our inhale, we're going to come up, straighten through the knee, and then exhale, bend the knee, find this lean, this sort of arrowhead, crown of the head is on. Inhale, lift up, straighten through the leg. Exhale, bend the knee and lean. One more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend and lean. And then inhale, lift up, straighten in through the front knee. Hands come to your hips, and then we're going to open and twist to warrior two. So you can widen your stance, you can take your toes out a little wider, and then rebend the front knee. Now take a second here, always starting with your foundation. The front knee is over the front ankle and the toes are pointing forward. A lot of times you might look a little bit like this with the knee coming in. You just want to gently encourage that knee to open up in through the hip. Don't push anything. Heavens, no. But you just want to guide, just gently encourage. Right? Take the arms out nice and wide. Feel a lift in through the heart. Find a lot of stretch in through the elbows. Right? Lift. Gaze is past that front middle finger. Take a big breath in and out. One more big breath in and out. Now we're going to do 3 moving with our breath. So on your next inhale, straighten the front knee, arms reach up. If you feel good with your balance, look up, and then we're going to exhale, bend in. So you can look up if you're feeling it. If not, that's okay. Breathe in, straighten the legs, look up, breathe out. One more. Breathe in, maybe look up. Breathe out, back to warrior two. Good. To stay here, 2 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now we're going to flip our front palm. Keep the legs frozen as we reach that front arm up and back. Lift up in through the heart. Take an inhale here, keeping that front knee bent. And exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale back to warrior two. Now straighten the leg, hands to the hips. Roll your shoulders, find some relief here. Let that front thigh relax a little bit. And we're going to rebend it. Find warrior two again. We're going to move with our breath now with reverse warrior. Flip the front palm, reach it forward, lift it up and back. Freezing in through those legs. On your exhale, back to warrior two. We've got 3 more like that. Inhale, reverse. Legs are frozen. Exhale, warrior two. 2 more with your breath. And exhale back. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And then hands to the hips, straighten through the front knee. Roll the shoulders. Good. Now, rebending the knee again. Find your warrior two again. This time we're going to take our front right hand towards the right and sit it on top of the right thigh. Left arm is going to reach up towards this guy. So my left shoulder and my right shoulder are right above each other. So I'm opening up in, my torso's headed towards the front of the room. This palm is up. I'm looking up if I feel stable. If I'm not feeling so stable today, I'm going to look down. This is side angle, so you can see just like this. Modified. Breathe. Breathe. Take one more big breath in. I know. Big breath out. Then press into your feet and come back into warrior two. Hands to your hips, straighten through that leg. Whew. I feel ya. Take a big breath in. Roll the shoulders. Let it go. Good. Now we're going to step the back foot to the front and shake it out. Good. We're going to do the other side. So I'm going to turn this way. So we're going to take the, right leg back. I don't know my right from my left. If you've taken class with me before, you know that to be the truth. Truer words never spoken. Front toes pointed straight forward. Front knee over the front ankle. Take the toes. Start with your foundation. 45 to 90 degree angle. Arms reach up. Torso's headed towards the front of the mat. Find your alignment. Lift up in through the heart. Just breathing in here. Breathing out. Finding strong legs. Firming up in through the legs. Using the arms here. Strong fingers. Now we're going to move with our breath. So we're going to take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, fold it forward. Torso is going to come to a 45-degree angle, not resting on the thigh, but the arms are going to continue down and back. Palms down, fingertips spread wide, thumbs out to the side for this arrowhead. Good. Now inhale, arms reach, press into the feet, come up, straight the legs. Whew. Big breath in. Bend the knee, find your lean. Arrowhead. On your inhale, come on back up. Find a single point of focus that will help your balance. Keep moving with your breath. And then we have one more. Lift it up, and then bend your knee. Find your lean. Lift it back up. Ooh. And then hands come in to the hips. We're going to twist and open and find our warrior two. Right? So in kids yoga, we call this surfer pose. Right? Makes sense. Virabhadrasana, warrior two. So this, again, opening up in through the hips here. Torsos to the side, fingertips spread, fingertips nice and reaching away from each other. The fingertips are together and your gaze is past your front middle finger. Like you're a warrior finding your arrow point where you're headed. Pull the navel in, lift the heart. Breathe. Breathe. Now we're going to move with our breath again. This time, straighten through the knee. Arms reach up, maybe look up, then exhale back to warrior two. We got three like that. Inhale, lift up, maybe look up, maybe not. Exhale, warrior two. Two more. One more. Good. And then hands to your hips, straighten through the front knee, roll the shoulders. Just let yourself be loose. All right, then we're going to bend the front knee. We're doing the same thing on this side. So we're going to find our warrior two again. Then legs are frozen. Flip your front palm. Reach it forward and lift it up and back. So you're keeping that front knee bent. We're finding a lot of space to breathe in through the ribs. Lift the heart up and breathe. Good. One more. And then go ahead and find your warrior two again. Straighten through the front knee. Relax the arms, roll the shoulders. And now we're going to move with that. So find warrior two again. Freezing the legs. Flip the front palm. Reverse it as you inhale. Exhale back. Three more. Exhale. Two more. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Good, hands to the hips. Straighten through the front knee, roll your shoulders, relax. Last one, our modified side angle. Take your front knee, rebend it, and then torsos towards the side. You're going to take that left forearm towards the left thigh. Reach that right arm up towards the sky. So we're still feeling an opening up in through the chest. Heart is lifted, arms are lifted. So we're not like holding down for dear life onto that front thigh, although we might want to. I can relate. All right, breathing in, breathing out, looking down for stability. If you're feeling wobbly, looking up. Take one more big breath in, big breath out. Then look down, press into your feet, come on up, straighten through the front knee, hands to the hips, roll the shoulders. Good, and then step your back foot up to the front and shake it out. Ooh. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to find a moving mountain. So our feet are going to be hip width distance apart and find your mountain pose. Right? From here, arms are going to reach up. When they get about halfway, lift the heels up, and then the arms continue up. And then as you exhale, hands down, heels down. Right? Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Again, going at your own pace. Just working on some balance. Wobbling's totally fine. If you're not wobbling, you're not getting your heels up high enough. That's what I would say. Got to challenge yourself a little bit. Really reach those heels up. Whoa! And then let them come back down. 2 more. One more. Good, and then relax the knees, rock it out, side to side. Then we're going to take our arms up nice and wide. We're going to grab the right wrist with the left hand, reach straight up, and then we're heading on over to the left. Take the hips over to the right. Gaze up if that feels good, really reaching those hips over to the side. Breathing in, breathing out. Just breathing. Take one more big breath in, big breath out. And then on your inhale, come on up. Exhale, release the hands down, roll the shoulders. That feels good. And then arms reach back up again. This time grab the left wrist with the right hand lifted up, and then head on over to the right. Hips are shifting over to the left. This is a crescent moon, so the weight is really in that left foot. Again, looking up if it feels good or not. So really reaching up. Imagine that elbow lifting up towards the sky. The ribs are heading on over to the left. Just breathing and breathing. One more. And out. Then on your inhale, come on back up. Exhale, release the hands down. Roll the shoulders. Now, feet are definitely hip width distance. If they weren't already, we're going to take our hands to the low back, to the sacrum really, the tailbone. Press the hips forward, and then draw the elbows toward each other. We're going to take the heart and lift it up. So you can take your head and look up if that's something that feels good for you, but if your neck doesn't like that, just keep your neck neutral and imagine lifting your heart up. So this is just a gentle back bend. As you press your hips forward, your heart is lifting up towards the sky. If it feels good for you and you like to look back, go right ahead, but I'm going to stay right here. Breathe in. Breathe it out. Lift the heart on your inhale and exhale. Then on your inhale, come on back up, and then release the hands. We're going to step a little wider than hip width distance now. We're going to take the arms out to the side and just let the arms go as you rock the shoulders forward and back. You can make it strong or gentle. We're just going to find a little twist in here and get the blood flowing back into the fingers. Build up. Good, now relax it out. We're going to come to tree pose. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to shift our weight over to the left foot, hands to heart center, and stand up tall. So this is our strong base, our strong left leg. Bend the right knee, open it out to the side. So you can keep your right heel at your left ankle like a kickstand, or you can slide it up to your shin. That works. If it feels better, you can help it up to the inner left thigh, and stand up nice and tall. You just want to avoid the knee. This seems like a good place, but it's not. You don't want to point that knee out laterally. Wherever you are, we're going to take 5 breaths. You can keep your hands here, lift it up, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. 3 more. One more. And then the hands come in. If they're not already, bring your knee in and drop the foot down. Shake it out. That standing leg does all the work. So balance is different every day. That might have been wobbly for you today. It might not have been. It's okay. If you need to find a wall, grab it. And then we're going to take the right foot, shift the weight over to it, and engage the leg. So this front thigh is working. Bend the right knee, hands to heart center, and open it out to the side. And then find what works for you on this side. Heel at the ankle, or up at the shin, or up a little higher onto the thigh. Whatever feels most comfortable for you today. I'm going to stick with the shin today. Lift the heart up. 5 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3 more. One more big. And out. Hands come in, knee comes in. Drop the foot, shake it out. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is one of my favorite things. It's one thing to have this like super great stoic pose. For those of you who take my class, you totally know that this is one of my favorite things, right? So it's one thing to be in this like frozen, barely breathing tree pose, hard like a rock. It's another thing to have balance in the real world while you're moving, right? A trip on the sidewalk, you want to catch yourself. So we're going to move and try to balance. So if you weren't wobbly on your tree before, you probably will be now. So we're going to challenge ourselves a little bit here. So we're going to find our chair pose. Again, doesn't have to be deep. Just follow your knees as guidance. So we're going to find our chair pose. So sit your hips back, get as low as is comfortable for you. Hands to heart center, shoulders back, lift the heart. So we're going to shift our weight over to the left foot. We're going to take the right foot up into tree pose. So straight up into tree. Right? And it can be whatever tree works for you. Right? And then come back into mountain. Okay? Then bend your knees, find chair pose again. Hands come to heart center. Shift your weight over to the right foot. Left leg is going to come up. Tree. Are you breathing? And then come back down into mountain pose. Okay, we're going to do it again. Bend your knees to chair pose. Right leg's coming up. Tree. Mountain pose. Chair pose. Left leg's coming up. Tree. Mountain pose, chair pose. One more time each side. Right leg coming up, tree. Maybe. Mountain pose, chair pose. Left leg coming up, tree. Mountain pose, and shake it out. Good. Feet wide. We're doing our sideways swipe again. Let the arms go. Let everything go. Okay. Good, and then we're going to come back to the front of the mat and face front. We're going to reach the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Big breath in. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhaling halfway, straight leg, straight spine. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Press your palms, look up. Exhale, all the way down. We're going to do that again. Inhale halfway. Exhale down. Inhale all the way. Exhale all the way down. Now we're going to inhale, halfway lift. And then this time our hands are going to come down and step your feet back and find a tabletop. Any which way you want to get there is A-okay by me. So we're going to walk our knees back and then shift the hips forward and come to lay down on the belly. Again, any way you want to get there, totally fine with me. Tops of the feet are pressing down into the floor. Pelvis is pressing down. Hands are underneath your shoulders and a little bit back. Elbows in. Neck is long. It's tickling me. On your inhale, head, neck, shoulders lift for baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Moving with our breath here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We're going to do 5 more of these. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 3 more. And then on this last one that we're going to do, lift it up and hold it. Draw the elbows toward each other. Squeeze. Neck is long. Breathe. 2 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Let your right cheek rest on the mat. Arms can come down to your side. If it feels good, you can bend your knees and windshield wiper your feet side to side if that feels good for you. Good, and then the legs are going to come down, hands come underneath you, and then we're going to press up back into a tabletop. And we're just going to do a couple rounds of cat-cow. Just loosen up in through the back. Good. Good, then we're going to shift our hips over to the side and then swing the legs around to the front. Grab your block or your book, whatever it is that you have. Hold on to it. I'm going to point this way, a little bit easier for me. And we're going to lower down with your block nearby. So we're going to come to lay down on the back and relax in through. Let the low back rest on the floor for just a moment. Feels good. Take your block, press your feet into the floor and lift your hips. And you can place your block or your book, whatever you like, on the floor underneath your tailbone, your sacrum, that hard part. So you don't want it up too high so it's getting into your low back. So we're just going to rest here for just a moment. This is a supported bridge pose. If this feels good, you can stay just like this. If you want to do something else, you're welcome to. We're going to straighten the legs. Some people with this leg straightening feels amazing. They love this. I'm not one of those people. I don't like it at all. So I'm going to keep my feet flat on the floor. But you can do whatever feels better for you. I'm going to put it up a little bit higher. So the blocks have 3 different heights: low, medium, high. Books really only have 1 or 2, but if you have a couple of books, you can do whatever height you want. I'm just going to relax here for a few breaths. Maybe let your shoulders come up underneath you a little bit. And then when you're ready, press. I'm going to lower it back down, but we're going to press the legs up towards this guy. Let your arms relax down. And then with the legs up in the air, we're going to rotate the feet, so stretching out in through the ankles. So we're going in one direction and then the other. So having your legs up in the air is really like such a great thing for you. It's good for your lymphatic system. It's good for compression and swelling and varicose veins, all kinds of things. Then point your toes and flex your feet a couple of times. Now, if you can do this and hang out here at any point that you find yourself on the floor, or in the morning before you get up, you can swing your feet up towards the headboard and relax there. That's great. It's really good for you. But we're going to move on right now. We're going to drop the feet down, lift the hips, remove the block. And keep the feet flat on the floor. Just windshield wiper the knees just a little bit. Let the back relax after having that little bit of a back bend in there. And then we're going to grab our strap or our towel or whatever it is that we had and make sure that that's close by. And then bring the knees in towards the chest. If it feels good, you can rock a little side to side. Just go gently. We're going to take the knees over to the left. And then arms can come out into a T if that works for you. If there's any discomfort here, you can place books or blocks or support in between your knees, if that works, or underneath an arm that might be popping up. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Good, and then on your next inhale, reach the knees up towards the sky and shift your hips over to the other side and bringing your knees up and then over to the right. Then taking your time here, getting yourself situated, placing any support underneath you that you need, and then we're going to breathe. If your mind is wandering, bring it back into your intention. And see if you can just relax any stress out with every exhale. Good. Then on your next inhale, take the knees up and through the center and shift your hips back over underneath you. Now, take your strap with that left foot on the floor. We're going to take the right foot, bend it in, and take the strap underneath the arch or the ball of the feet. Then start to extend the leg straight. Then toes are going to head back towards you. So if your leg is not getting straight, that's cool. That's totally fine. Doesn't matter. But it's the action of attempting to make it straight that's going to give you the stretch you want, right? So you might look like this. You might look like this. We're going to take the strap and start to work it so that the toes are going to come up over the head. They're not going to come up over the head, but they're heading in that direction, right? So again, you might look very, very different than I do, and that's okay. That's how it should be. So you can keep this foot flat on the floor, or if you like, you can extend the leg out. Both feet are flexed. So this bottom leg is working and engaged. That heel is reaching towards the wall as this one is reaching up towards the sky and then up over the head. We've got 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. The hands in the strap are really helping here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. And then step the left foot back on the floor, bend in through the right knee, and put your left foot in next to your right, and then take the right foot out. We're switching sides. Right foot goes down, and then take your time here, situate, grab your strap, and then again, straightening the leg as much as you comfortably can, reaching that heel away from you, and then start to bring the toes up. Maybe they head in that direction, maybe they don't. It's all good. And then this front thigh is engaged. If it feels good, you can take that right leg and extend it straight. See how that changes things? This side might be different. For me, it is on one side to the other. I'm just going to breathe here. And then place the left foot and the right foot down on the floor. Loose your strap. We're going to find happy baby, bending your knees deep, reaching down, grabbing the outsides of the feet with the elbows inside the knees. So we're drawing the knees down towards the floor and then pressing the low back down on the floor. Now, if you can't reach your feet, that's okay. You could grab your ankles or your shins. You're drawing the knees down towards you as you press this low back down onto the floor. So we're finding a stretch in through the hips. If it feels good, you can rock side to side if you like. I'm just going to today pull those knees down. Good. And then when you're ready, release the legs down to the floor. And then it's time for our Shavasana, our final rest. So today, I'm going to offer up for you the soles of the feet together. Knees come out to the side for Baddha Konasana. That feels really good. You can also place some support underneath you. Blocks or books. I need a little more than that. Right? Underneath your thighs to help them open up without feeling any pressure. Or you can lay with your legs up a wall if that felt really good for you. You can shimmy your hips over. And scoot your legs up, rest them along the wall. Or you can lay in corpse pose, legs extended out long, mat width distance or wider. We're going to breathe here. Now take as long as you like here. 2 minutes at least. 5 if you can. And as you lay here, imagine yourself being really heavy, letting everything go. There's no need to do any work. Let go of any efforts with your breath. And then when your mind inevitably wanders, bring it back into your body. Allow yourself time to let go. Again, stay here as long as you like. I appreciate you joining me for this practice. I'm grateful. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. I hope to see you soon. Namaste. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the class, and if you hit the subscribe button, you can find out when I upload new videos. Be well. Namaste.